Hi, this is Mary. I want to show you today how to do some routine maintenance that you should be doing on a regular basis to help keep your machine in good running order. It's important to take the machine every year into our technician to have him do his magic with the machine. But there's stuff that you should be doing in between every sewing project you do that helps keep the machine in good working order. I wouldn't want to tell you all the horror stories of things that I've seen come in where people have simply kept using the machine without ever doing any cleaning to it. It's truly sad, and you don't want to be on that wall of shame. Wall of shame. Okay, the most important part for you to service on your machine is the area around your bobbin case. Many machines have a top-load bobbin case these days, and so that's what I'm going to be demonstrating to you on. But if you take off the plastic cover that goes over it, you usually don't need to take off the entire metal plate at the back. Usually it'll just let you pull out the bobbin, and then this case will lift out. And you want to know for sure this is not lint, this is not lint. That's an important part of how the machine deals with cutting threads for you and then keeping the threads ready to go. So don't pull that away. I could tell you what happens if you do, but I don't want to confess on something that's recorded. This is the area down here where lint loves to gather. Thread makes lint, fabric makes lint, and so you go putting thread through fabric and you wind up with a lot of lint. Now, what comes with your machine is this lovely, delicate, dainty brush. It may be good for some things, but this is what I prefer. A robust brush and a bottle brush at the other end. We carry this in the Kona store, and I certainly would encourage our other stores to carry it if they don't. It costs less than $2, and it lets you get in all these places, get all the lint out, do a good job of cleaning. You don't want to leave lint behind because it can actually nudge the bobbin case out of place, and then your needle doesn't want to pick up the thread right, and it just doesn't make a very good stitch. Now, it's important though when you put this back in that you get it put in correctly, because it likes to go around just the way the hook goes around. It likes to follow because it's not screwed down or anything like that. And if it rotates very much, pretty soon this is right under where the needle's going to hit. And our technician sees a lot of bobbin cases that have holes in them. Once the hole's there, it makes a really rough surface, and when the thread goes across there to form the stitch, it snags. You don't want snagging thread. So if you see the shape of this particular brand has a white triangle there that lines up with a white dot here. It also has what I call a nubbin, a little nubbin, and if this were a clock face, that's down about 530, let's say. And in your machine, you have this springy little white bit, well, silvery bit of metal. And that nubbin needs to be to the left side of that little springy bit of metal so that when it tries to rotate, it hits this and it stops it from rotating, so your bobbin case doesn't get damaged. This is one of the easiest things for you to prevent damage done to your machine. So when you've cleaned out this area and you're ready to put this back in, you want to slide it onto this little ledge that goes around, and you want to be sure the little nubbin is to the left of that, and the white triangle should line up with the white dot. Sometimes it cooperates and does it pretty easily, and sometimes it makes you ask very nicely before it'll cooperate. And you see how that still rotates a little. That's good. It needs to be able to rotate to do what it does in helping the bobbin thread meet up with the needle thread to form the stitch. So if you get it in there and find that it's rigid and won't move, then probably something isn't seated quite right in there, and you want to start over again to make sure everything's in the right place. But this is sort of the finishing touch before you put the cover back on and start sewing again and are good to go. So take good care of your machine. Thanks.